And is it true that when Jesus says, those who truly, truly, I tell you, those who look for a woman with lust are committing adultery in their heart?
Matthew 5:27-28.
Yes. Isn't it true that in the Greek it's ermitheu, which is more for covet, more like a lustful intent or lustful purpose?
So what's the point? I still don't know.
He always tells me, like, if I'm looking at another woman and let's just say I find her very attractive, I've cheated on my wife, but I tell him it's more coveting. I'd have to like seek her or sought after her. Would that be the more?
The point of Jesus is that the sins you commit are the result of the sin you harbor and desire. In other words, if I have no sinful desires, I won't commit any sinful action. So Jesus is talking about going to the root problem, the root cause of your problem. Don't deal with the symptom. Deal with the root cause of the problem. Once you cleanse your heart, all the symptoms will vanish. So this is what he's getting at. If I don't lust, then I won't commit adultery, right?
Oh, okay. So it's more of it would lead to adultery in your heart.
Yes. What our Lord is talking about is all of the sins that you commit are the result of your desires. And that's why he says, here, let me show it to you. So what he's pretty much talking about is when you perform a sinful action, that action is the fruit. It's the result of something deeper, a wicked heart, a sick heart that needs to be cleansed. This is what he's getting at. Take care of the heart, the symptoms disappear. Take care of the heart, then the fruits that flow from a wicked, sick heart will disappear. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so right here. 5:27-28 here. What does our Lord say? So the Lord is going much more deeper than saying, well, hey, if you have lust in your heart, you commit adultery. What he's getting at is, you see these evil actions, these evil deeds you carry out, you wouldn't carry them out if your heart wasn't sick. You have heard that it was said, you shall not commit adultery. But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Now, what you're talking about is correct. You are coveting to have sex with her. It's not a glance where you say, wow, how beautiful she is.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yes,
you're right. Because it's lusting to have her sexually. So you're correct. But our Lord is going deeper. Let me explain what his point is. Mark 7:18-23. Are you so dull? He asked. Don't you see that nothing that enters a person from the outside can defile them? For it doesn't go into their heart, but into their stomach and then out of the body. Saying this, Jesus declared all foods clean. Well, there's a debate on how to translate this, but here's what he means. He went on, what comes out of a person is what defiles them. For it is from within, out of a person's heart, evil thoughts come. Sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery, greed, malice, deceit, lewdness, envy, slander, arrogance, and folly. All these evils come from inside the defiled person. That's what he's talking about. He's saying your heart is sick. It's wicked. Cleanse your heart, heal your heart, get a new heart, and all these fruits, all these symptoms will vanish. You need a heart transplant. You need heart surgery. That's his point. There it is. That's his point. Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and beyond cure. Who can understand it? And this is exactly spot on. Our Lord, who is God, knows where your sinful actions spring forth from. So whatever I don't desire, I won't do. Correct?
Yes.
But the sinful things you do is because you desire them already.
So he's saying get rid of that desire.
Get rid of those desires, and then you won't have the symptoms. It's like Western medicine. Western medicine only takes care of the symptoms, but never goes to the root cause, right?
Mm-hmm.
Christ says a lot of the things you do are only dealing with the symptoms, but you need heart surgery, heart transplant. You need your heart transformed and cleansed. And that's what I'm here to do, give you a new heart.
Yep. Do not harden it. I got it.
That's the whole point of our Lord.
Thank you, Sam. I got one more question. This is just exegesis. I just never understood it in the Bible. It's always confused me. So I
All right.
think it's in when Judas, not Judas Iscariot, but tells Jesus, "Why do you show yourself to us and not to the world?" And
Yeah.
Jesus replies with, "Those who love me will obey my teachings, and those who do not will not obey my teachings." What does Jesus mean there? Because I mean, I guess you can kind of gauge that he's saying, like, I don't need everyone to see me, or if you do want to see me, you'd have to obey me. That's what I'm getting out of it, but it always confused me.
Yeah. You're talking about John 14.
Yes, there we go, John
And you're
14.
talking about when Jesus says, there a little while and the world will not see me anymore, but you will see me. Right?
Yes, it's right before he goes to get arrested, right before he
Yeah,
gets
John
taken.
14, 18 to 23. Yes, because the context is clear. After that week, did Jesus ever show himself to the nation publicly?
No,
Who did he show himself to?
his disciples.
That's his point. When the nation rejected him and handed him over to be killed, they lost the right to see Jesus before their eyes ever again until they learned to say, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." But those who loved him and obeyed him, their reward is he would appear to them and convince them he's alive and he's going to the Father.
So when Judas says, "Why do you reveal yourself to us and not to the world?"
Because the
And
world
Jesus,
rejected him.
oh, so it's more. And then, so then afterwards, is he saying, when he
Who
says those
saw him
who,
after the resurrection? Chris, I love you, man. You're not as slow as my friend Giovanni. You sound intelligent. I mean that. So you're not as slow as him. Who saw Jesus after the resurrection?
just the 500 witnesses
And who were they?
those were the ones who loved him, and I guess
Followed.
and
So what
obeyed
about
him.
the world that rejected him? They saw him no more.
Oh, okay, that's beautiful. Okay, no, because I always got confused. Like he doesn't. Well, he does directly answer it, but I guess just the Greek translation is
No,
just
it's
more
they
vague.
saw him. They saw the world saw him no more, and he says, "You will not see me again until you learn to say, 'Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord.'" Matthew 23, 37, 39. He says it. This is the last week you're going to see me. You won't see me again until you learn to say, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." When you cry out for me, they didn't. So he said, the world won't see me anymore, but you will see me. And
And
because I
those
love you,
and
meaning,
those who obey me and obey my teachings that love
well,
me.
that's exactly right. Because they did what they could to obey him, even though they were imperfect, and he appeared to them,
Mm-hmm.
not to the world, right?
Yep. Beautiful.
That's the
Beautiful.
context. Let's read John 14, 18 to 23. And that's when he says, those who love me, my Father and I will dwell with them.
Make our home in them. Yep.
So now he's saying future generations who won't be given the honor of seeing Christ in his glorified physical flesh as they did will have the promise and assurance that Christ nonetheless will live with them and fellowship with them and the Father as well by the Spirit that he sends to indwell us and unite us to Christ. That's
Yep.
John 14.
Beautiful. That's all I
Speaking of,
got.
go ahead. Well, let me just read this for you about
Yeah, yeah.
renewing.
Keep going. Keep going.
Romans 12, verse 1 and 2. Notice again, someone said about renewing the mind. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing God. This is your true and proper worship. And the word is latrevo. This is how you give God latrevo. Sacrifice your bodies. How? Sacrifice your carnal desires, die to them, and only use your body to obey God's will. And that way you're worshiping God. And then do not conform to the pattern of this world. Don't think like the world and behave like the world and justify the things that the world loves, that God hates, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Let God change your mind to think God's thoughts after him, to prove what God approves and condemn what God condemns. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, perfect will. Then you're going to realize how good God's will is and that he wants the best for you.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go, man.